Welcome to the Aftermarket Wall Street Report with Vegas and Jim. Today's date is 10th month, 8th day of 2018. Hello, Vegas. How are you doing
Hello.
today?
That was an interesting way to say October the 8th.
October the 8th?
Okay, well, guys, we have quite a few things to cover today, and we don't want to be long-winded because we try to keep it short and simple and fresh like Jim likes it. So, the first one we'll talk about today, guys, is ALT. Well, let me tell you, I wasn't too happy about that one today because that was a swing trade from Friday, and that stock had an offering. And they had an offering today for 25 million registered shares, made the stock, the stock pre-market was going so well. I mean, it even went to like $10, and I thought, wow, this is a great swing. And of course, nice little slap, and the offering gets announced, and I'm like, are you kidding me? This is such BS. So the stock did pull back. They have an offering price of $5.40 for one share and a warrant to purchase of one share of common stock. The offering, interestingly, closes on October 10th. That is a really fast close. Sometimes these offerings take a month to close. So this one's just closing in a couple days. I know a lot of people are probably stuck in the trade, right, Jim?
Yep.
So maybe you could help look at the chart and see what happens or what you think's going to happen with the stock and maybe give some support and resistance levels. Some people may not be selling the stock. They want to see this, recover after the offering, if in fact it can.
Yep.
So I'm going to turn it over to Jim to talk about the chart and see how we can best guide people. I can tell you that I'm still holding some because I sold at the high, but then I thought it would go. I thought it would go higher, and of course, but I was going to put a stop loss, and by the time I was ready to do that, this thing pulled back. So lesson is put a trailing stop in. So anyhow, I'll turn it over to Jim now to talk about this chart.
Yep. This has been like a roller coaster ride, or maybe Humpty Dumpty fell off the wall, one or the other. But we were all excited about this Friday. We had a nice little run up, and it pulled back to my support. And this is one that I kind of scolded him on myself Friday, and because I didn't recognize that it was going to be a good stock for the rest of the night. So we got all excited close to after this news came out, and everybody jumped back in, and I had a swing trade on it. And I came in this morning and after hours, and here we're up at 1065 high in the day, and we're thinking, okay, we're going to hit our $15 mark. And then right before the market opened, the offering comes out, and the thing just tanked. And so some of us were not fortunate to get out of that. I didn't have a very big position, and I got stopped out. But let me tell you something. Uh, this disturbs your confidence, not your confidence level, but I mean it disturbs your path, the way of thinking when it comes to day trading. So me and Vegas called this at the bottom. We thought it was going to reach 540 today, so that's what we're looking for right now. We want it to touch back to 540, and I think it's going to consolidate in this area for the next 2 or 3 days until that offering gets closed. And once that offering's closed, we'll probably get a little bit more bounce back up. But I'm taking it off my watch list, ALT.
Okay. Hopefully you're okay there, Jim.
A
Um,
little itch in my throat. Excuse me.
Next one we're going to talk about is ears.
Yeah.
EARS. So that one had a nice little run today. That was actually, we called this many times in the room. But this opened up this morning at 47.08, market hours at 9:30, and ran as high as 84.95. So it didn't break 85 cents, but original target was around 80 cents. So we were quite pleased with that. I was actually thinking this could go to 90, but no such luck on ears. Now, ears is waiting for phase one data for the vertigo uh, treatment. And so waiting to hear on that. Some people feel that news is imminent and maybe a PR would be coming soon. Don't know. And we're just playing the chart action. So I actually got stopped out on my second round of ears. I went in at 71 and it pulled back to 65 and I was out of the trade. So I didn't continue or swing trade ears. So I think it should still be on watch though, because the volume was really good and it's a really small float. So who knows what's going to happen on this one. And maybe Jim, you can certainly review that chart there as well.
Yeah, ears here. We had a couple of nice little positions. I mean, right out of the gate, Vegas knew this thing was on fire, and we could watch through the tape, and it just ran all the way up. I mean, it was no holding back. And on the way up, it kind of pulled back a little bit and created a little support here at 67 cents. So I drew me a little trend line right there once it pulled back there, and called that my first support the rest of the day, or my second. Well, once it hit that, it bounced all the way up and created that new high. So we were pretty well bullish. And Vegas and I were calling each of these resistance lines as it went up. And these are pre-existing from a previous run. So it pulled back, and I want to let you all know this week I've added the 100 SMA to my charts here. So I'm going to be playing off that 100 SMA along with the 50 and the 200. So it pulled on back and created a support right there, and Vegas and I called this 62.50 out, 625. So that's going to be your solid support. So later on, it bounced off that thing, went back up to that resistance level at 78, which we called, and it pulled right back to that same support level here at close, right there at 625, and then we started bouncing up into the after hours. So we're keeping ears on watch. So keep your ears wide open for us calling it out. Maybe on Stock Twits, we might post a few charts in there. But so I'm just going to watch this tomorrow and see if we can keep the same price action going. And I'm going to try to find me a channel, and I'm going to flip this baby. And this is ears. And
Ears.
the next one we're going to talk about is one that we love to hate, one that we hate, and then one that we hate to love, all in one.
Yeah, so IGC, so India Globalization Capital. I'm wondering because if you guys watch these videos, I mean, we showed you a picture of the office in Washington, D.C., and the stock today opened up at 4.99 market hours, obviously, and went all the way to 6.78. Now, I didn't catch this honestly myself till 6.21 because I wasn't really watching the stock. And because I kind of thought, oh my God, this stock is crazy and too risky. Meanwhile, this thing's going. Now I'm wondering, do you think they got a new office? I mean, maybe they got a new office and they're actually in a real building. So, I mean, I don't know what's making this run. Nobody knows what's making this run.
um,
There's no news. There's nothing. So, I mean, Jim, what do you think? Because you were
right
like,
now,
you
right
were
now,
amazed at this too.
yeah, right now we're having a little knife here. I want you all to look at this. It's touching down. This is part of my case study. We have the 50 and we have the 100 and we have the 200 SMA. So right now we're bouncing off that 592 at 200 SMA. So if I had, if I would might consider to get in at this level right here because it's touching that little SMA. And look at right here where it had that high this morning. You see where it's kind of touched deck right there. So I'd call that a pretty solid support. Now, like I said, I took this off my watch list Friday. Vegas was in the room and she started noticing the volume Friday. She kind of caught her eye. And she said, Jim, we got this off of our watch list, but she's seen the little volume spike, and it kind of brought it to her attention, and it pulled back down to that 416 cent level. Well, this morning, right out of the gate, man, it started bouncing up off that 416, and we were just laughing it off all day. But then, a person has to take something like this serious. Sometimes the news ain't all about a stock. Sometimes it's about volume over price, and that's what you're seeing today. Because the news, if people pay attention, they would know that this is going to be a crummy play. But maybe my mind's going to change about it now. But here's IGC. Keep it on your watch list. It's pulled back to that 200 SMA on a daily 1 minute chart. And don't forget, I added that 100 on my SMA this week to do a case study. So there you go, IGC.
Okay, so next is we traded PEIX today.
Oh
And
yeah,
let me tell you, that was a really good one.
swing.
We actually even swing traded this one, and the reason we liked it is, someone did mention that Trump was looking to provide a pro-ethanol measure apparently tomorrow. So apparently he's expected to lift the ban on summer sales of the ethanol blends of gas ahead of his trip to Iowa. We'll see if that actually happens. That's the talk. And, if you guys don't know, Iowa is the largest U.S. producer of ethanol. So that's big news. So as a result, we noticed some of these tickers that are related to ethanol were moving. So PEIX is one. Jim's going to talk about the chart in a second. But also connected with that is also AMTX. And also people are watching GIVO. So keep an eye
Oh
on
wow,
this.
look at that
Yeah.
look at that spike after hours on PEIX.
I'm looking. So
309.
yeah.
That's
So
impressive.
this was alerted here in the room at what price? Do you remember?
Well, I said I was getting in it at 282 right before the bell rang.
Yeah, so we were reviewing this in the group, and this was alerted during the day by Overnight King. Actually, he liked it at let's see, 274, and he was going to buy any dips he could all the way down to 268 because that's where the support was, and his target was $3, and bingo, he got his target.
And
So
and
I like it.
and I'm looking at the yearly chart here, and we bounced off at 50 SMA on a yearly daily, and I was calling these resistances out. Next one, and like an idiot, I didn't really get involved in the trade until later in the day. I had a good chance to get in there at 250, and I should have had and jumped on in this trade, but I didn't. So I'm swinging this. I think I can take this thing up to 314. Looks to me like after hours we kind of almost come right to it, to that 314 level. We have a high. Oh, look at there. We bounced up above it now since I've been talking about it. We're at
Yeah.
318, so I hit my resistance. And now I'm gonna, being I've got everybody on here, let's see if we can find us a new resistance real fast for this sucker. So I'm gonna pull up that
Yeah,
year's chart, and I got
that'll be helpful.
that 314 hit that 200 SMA. So we're gonna bounce up just one more little trend line up here. Let's take it to 230 tomorrow. Let's have
No,
that on
three.
our,
You mean 330, Jim?
yeah,
Right?
330, 330.
We don't want to short this.
I'm getting excited.
Yeah.
330 and 340. So play, and I've got these. Yeah, hey. Well, there you go. Can't beat that on a good summer day, fall day.
Yeah. Well, you know what? I like it. So far, so good.
Yeah, and hail to all the farmers out there, but I like it a lot now. you know,
Yeah.
I like it a lot more now. I'm up 30 some
Well,
cents.
I'm quite pleased with this trade as an overnight pick,
So
and
yeah,
that's a nice, beautiful trade.
add
Happy.
add GEVO to that, GEVO, and then add this long shot AMTX,
Yes.
AMTX, and Vegas.
Okay.
Here's another one
And
that we love. Well, here 322 now. Man,
yeah.
our next target on PEIX is 327.
All right.
Okay, so let's go to MNGA Vegas. You
Oh
have the
yeah,
reins.
Magni Gas. So that one you guys know was a nice little runner last week, and today I noticed them on it. I'm like, you know what? A lot of people sold their shares last week, made money. Some people doubled and tripled, so congratulations. But we spotted this around 33, 34 cents, shared the idea, and I'm looking honestly on this one, looking for at least 40 to 45 next, maybe even 48. But I'm going to let Jim show the chart and he can give us a little bit more details there. But those are kind of the numbers I'm looking at. and swing traded this one overnight for a potential move maybe tomorrow.
Yep. Now Vegas and I called this out in the room a couple weeks ago at 14 cents, and I started noticing some movement on it. And this has been a stock that she's had in her pockets for a while now, and she's fairly confident in it. And they're bringing in profit. So we took this thing and it ran all the way up to 73 cents on that call. Now we've had the consolidated period, and it really ain't been that far away. It's only been 4 days ago. And each day it's kind of bounced up. The day after it had a pretty nice little bounce up there to 5.4, came right back down, consolidated. And then we had a good little consolidation on it Friday where it just didn't really do much. It just came down and then hovered in a little channel. Well, today it hovered in that channel again and finally broke out at the end of the day. So this is one we want to keep on watch. This is one that Vegas is currently holding. And this is one that I probably should have been in today, but I was flipping so many other stocks today, I just didn't want to get ahead of myself. I only like to do one trade at a time, sometimes two. And so this is MNGA. And I want to give kudos out to a guy out there named Lizard King. We brought up IGC the other day, and he got in that thing this morning, and I think he made a killing on that. So Lizard King, kudos to you on
Yeah,
IGC.
he sure did. I think he got in there at 565. So
Yeah, he
he did
did.
a
He
real
tore it
good
up.
trade. He did great.
And he went against our best wishes. And that's what you do when you have a stock that you have the volume over price. So I just wanted to bring that back up. And
Yeah, definitely. So that was our good little updates there on the markets for today. Not as much as we normally talk about, not too much information because some of the action on the market was a little bit slow at certain times. The SPY was red, then the SPY recovered, turned green. So the market started to wake up a little more. So, some of the other swings that we talked about before, like FPay still on there, and BLPH is on there. So, some of these things take time for the move. So we'll see what the market shows us tomorrow. And I want to thank everyone for your great comments. I'm hearing people are learning, finding the videos helpful. That's what it's all about. If you have suggestions, don't feel shy. You can even come visit us in our little chat room. Come check it out. There is never going to be any kind of follow-up pressure to say, oh, what happened? You're not in the room. Like, you know what? Just come check it out. Maybe it's for you. Maybe it's not. It doesn't matter. As long as you're learning and making money, that's what counts. It's really an educational platform. So come visit. Love to meet you. Love to hear more about women traders out there. I'm meeting so many women traders actually. So I'm a big fan of my women traders and love it because we are so much more patient. And sometimes we're not. But definitely had a great day with everyone. Really enjoyed meeting people. And Jim's loving it, and we love stocks. Right, Jim?
yep. And I'm getting ready to sell my
Oh, he's going to sell his PEIX, guys. Is that what you're doing?
PEIX right here. Let's see if we can get some profit on this thing. Probably can run more, but I want to show you how easy it is to take money. Oh, put it in the wrong order. Well, I'll do this after we close. But I want to wish everybody a great day. And appreciate you watching the Aftermarket Report with Jim in Vegas. October 8th, 2013. 2013.
Oh my God,
2018.
Jim's losing his mind. Okay, guys, have a good one, and we'll see you tomorrow. Have a good night. Take care, study, and we'll trade again tomorrow. Bye for now.
I love stocks.